It doesn't have to be a bad day, though I am not great. Even though he left me undelivered the night of our date. My buddy is single and he is not doing well. But we'll all feel better at the ringing of our church bell. Father Tucker's gonna open the lines and listen to our stories. He is gonna share his greatest advice. To him we give glory. Doesn't matter if you've been cheated on 14 times, he will forgive you for all your simping crimes. Father Tucker's gonna open the lines and listen to our stories. We're the down bad patrollees. It doesn't have to be a bad day if they turn you down. If you shoot your shot, Father, and we will be so proud. Just no incels, incest, weird shit with your pets, killing spiders, starting fires, sounding 50 at recess. No begging in the chat, no fedora hats, don't let your day walk all over you like you are a doormat. No co-leaders, we are great secret keepers. Father will do his best to stop you from being a people pleaser. Come in and have a good time, call him up and get in line. After Father, we all pine communion bell without the wine. We promise it will be just fine, cause he is the divine. This is your sign to join the Down Bad Hotline. Father Tucker's gonna open the lines and listen to our stories. He is gonna share his greatest advice. To him we give glory. Doesn't matter if you've been cheated on 14 times, he will forgive you for all your simping crimes. Father Tucker's gonna open the lines and listen to our stories. We're the Down Bad Patrollees. Our Father who art in Chicago, bestie be thy name.
Hello, everybody. It's me, the Down Bad. It's me. How we doing? It's too early, but then I remember I live in Germany in the same time change. I did start earlier, though. I started a few minutes early, on accident, but we were already in it, you know, so we started going for it. Sparkling Starfruit Pineapple Edition. I can do that. Jakerbugs! 2 months deep with the subs. Hope you're having a good day. I am. I just started playing a new game, and I don't want to tell you guys what game it is, because you'll make fun of me, because it's kind of old, and it's my first time getting into it, but I fucking love it. I had to download a software on my computer. It's called Cold Turkey. That's like locks me out of video games so I can get work done because I'm so into this game. First one to guess it right, I'll tell you. Not Fortnite. No, not fucking Fortnite. Father Tucker. Hey, feeling good. Might join later. Got some boy problems again. We just talked yesterday. How did you have any more problems? The Sims? No, not Sims. It's first person. Just started playing Rust 2 days ago. How do you know that? Are you saying you just started playing Rust 2 days ago, or I just started playing Rust 2 days ago? Because that's fucked up. Are you on my fucking Steam page? How do you know that? No, it's Rust. Spare wheels, we need to talk. Because unless we're on the same page, that's creepy that you know that. Because yes, it was 2 days ago I started. This man's on my Steam page. I make the mistake of making my username the same across everything. So big tug. But it's fun when people notice who I am. That's actually super scary. Oh, you just guessed. For a while, I was... Because I'll In the background of my videos, I'll have like the Steam page up or something, and then I'll get a bunch of Steam friend requests, and I'm like, where the fuck is this coming from? And I get botted. I'm like, oh no, people just realized. Cars, a video game. That game wasn't bad on the PS3. I've been playing a ton of Overwatch 2. I've been trying to get into it. I just didn't play the first one, and Rust has kind of taken over my life right now. Any survivalist game that scratches my ADHD brain in the right way, ooh, it gets me going. It's not Pokemon Laser. How old am I? I'm 25, and I'm an adult male baby. You looking good, father? Pfft, don't I always? Up first, your dad's a hoe. We've spoken before. Holy shit, Onion! Onion, you're a child! Why are you giving me money? Thank you, though. I'm opening up Valorant. Why is that happening? Thank you, Onion. Hello? We'll give you a second to get in. Thank you. I appreciate that, Onion. You also are a subscriber. You don't have to do all that. That's super nice of you. In a tornado, wish me luck. I will. What the fuck? Wish you luck. An adult male the size of a baby. I love it. I wish I could go to a bonfire night tomorrow. Do it, Gwen. What's stopping you? Your dad's a hoe. Let's go. I've spoken to you before, right? I can never play a game continuously for more than 1 week. I do a thing where I get addicted to a game for weeks, and then I stop playing it because I get sick of it. Your dad's a hoe? I see you unmuted yourself. Come on, bro. Big Kimmer. 2 months in a row. I love you, Tug. Love you too, bud. If you guys want to give me subscriptions, you might as well subscribe to the Patreon. Ignore my bedroom door. I don't know why the camera's that fucked up, but join the Patreon if you want to just give me money. You get shit out of it, like a private advice, and we play games and all this other good stuff. A podcast. God, I love these hats. All right. Your dad's out. You're going back and next up. Figure it out. Mushroom Muffin. You're in. Thank God for Amazon Prime. No ads. Exactly. Mushroom?
Oh, hi. I just, before I start talking about anything, I want to apologize if my English is not that great.
I want to let you know. First of all, what country are you from?
Sweden.
Okay. Every time you Northern Europeans say my English is not that good, it's always way better than most Americans. So I can tell you're going to be fine. Don't worry about it. We'll figure it out.
Okay. So there's this guy that I like, obviously. I'm pretty sure he likes me back. But I'm a bit confused.
Okay.
Or not really confused. Pretty clear. His best friends have told me that, oh, he likes you, definitely, and so I'm pretty sure of that. But I'm not sure if he wants to be in a relationship kind of way or just want the intimacy kind of way.
Like just hookups?
So we hung out this Monday, and we were like cuddling, and then we got very touchy with each other. Not like anything more than that, though. And we have never hung out before that. So now I'm a bit like, does he only want like the intimacy because he's lonely, or does he want me, or I don't know.
Well, I hate to tell you this, but we can just talk about it, right? What's stopping you from just asking him?
I don't know. I don't want to make it awkward if he really. I'm doubting myself a lot, I think.
Okay, I get that. That's fine. But, you know, if you go into a conversation with the right attitude, you'll get the right ending, the right outcome.
Yeah.
And if you go into this conversation like, hey, listen, it was fun hanging out with you. Like, I'd like to do it again, whatever you want to say, but You're like, I like to get ahead of things. And if you're not sure what you
Yeah.
want, that's fine. But I just want to see like where you think if you want to have a relationship. I just need to start preparing for what's happening here. So if you just have a conversation and honestly ask him the questions that you need without making it weird, make it very open. Don't say you don't have to answer because that puts pressure on him to answer. That's like a false equivalence. But
Yeah.
always say like, hey, listen, if you don't know, it's fine. But I just want to know what you're feeling about this. And if he's like, well, I don't know, be like, okay, that's fine. Just checking. I like to know things. So, because clearly
Yeah.
you're an overthinker and a planner, right?
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
that's just your personality trait, and lean into it. That's who you are. So just bring it up to him very casually. Just, I'm wondering what you thought, what we're doing here. There's nothing happening here, that's fine too. I'm just wondering.
Okay.
'Cause
Yeah, because we're hanging out this Thursday,
well, there you
playing
go.
board games at my friend's house.
There you go. I always suggest that. That's fantastic. So
Yeah.
when you have that conversation, it's cut and dry, easy peasy. Because it's way worse, like what you're doing right now. You're calling an internet priest about something that you're worried about that you have absolute control over. You just haven't done anything. It's way better to have that scary moment for 2 minutes than it is to think about it for 10 weeks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. Thank you.
No problem. Have a great weekend. Bless your heart in Sweden. Oh, can you say
Thank you, you too.
can you say something in Swedish? I like to ask the foreign people to do that.
What do you want to hear?
Have a good weekend,
Like,
everyone. I love Father.
ha en bra helg allihopa. Oh, I don't really know how to.
Well, just say whatever. What did you do this morning?
Jag sov en hel del och jag åt vindruvor. So I slept a lot this morning. I didn't wake up until 12 here.
Okay.
And I ate some fruits for breakfast.
Okay. To me, that sounds like Skyrim speak, so I just appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right? Bless your heart.
Yeah. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
All right, a lot of things are going on in the chat. Spare Wheels just gave me 100, 200, 300 bits. Thank you. Big Kimmer with the sub, and then Onion with all the other subs. Okay. We reached level 2 of Hype Train. Love to see it. Number of questions that can be answered by Ask Them drives me a bit insane. I know. That's a lot of the... Oh, there's no one next up. Do we have a screener? All right, fuck it. Does anyone know before I pick... Because we don't have a screener right now, I guess. Does anyone know before I pick in the order of which people get in? Is the top the newest or the bottom the newest? I'm going to let that because I don't want to screw anyone over before I start picking. These are finally making it for the Down Bad Patrol. What up, Fun Police? And you gave me a subscription. Okay. 94. We're the same age. No, we're not. You're my brother's age. Bottom is oldest. Got it. What? We're skipping the next up. You're getting right in here. Everyone who's in the queue, focus up because I'm going to throw you right into this shit. The top? Well, I'll ask.
Hello?
Hey, quick question. I'm not going to kick you out regardless, but did you just get here or have you been waiting?
I was one of the first in the queue.
Okay, got it. Noted. Now I know. All right, what can I do for you?
So, first of all, I'd like to say thank you for picking me.
Well, no, you're the bottom, so there you go.
Yeah. So there's this girl who I've been talking to for like 3 weeks.
Yep.
But the issue is we kind of got hit by a hurricane recently.
Mm-hmm.
So we went on our first date like last week. But it was to a party, and the party kind of got really out of control.
What do you mean out of
And
control?
I mean as in like
Popped off?
drugs are being passed out.
Yeah, okay, yeah, there you go.
Which I felt really bad about because it was my friend's party.
But he had no
And
control
she's like
over
this
it.
really, yeah, I was supposed to help control it, but she was like this really wholesome girl.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I know what you mean.
So like I had to keep leaving her in the middle of her just being sat at this party to go help my friend take care of some stuff
Mm-hmm.
with it. And now she's kind of been like not ghosting me because I sit next to her in class,
Well, she's been distant.
but she's kind of been a lot more distant
Yeah.
because she's also been sick this week too. So it's kind of been tough to talk to her
Right. But
because I'm not a very good texter. So
So I think first of all, how old are you? You must be like 16, right?
Yeah, 16.
Nailed it. I'm gonna start guessing because I feel like I got a good vibe now that I've been doing this long enough that I can tell where people
Yeah,
are
I
at.
just turned 16 last week.
Yeah, there we go. I think a big thing for people your age is realizing that, or men your age, is realizing that it's really sweet to girls that you're thinking as much as you are about them. And the fact that, this shit was out of control, you had to go help handle it. She was unaware of that, I'm assuming, right? Like you tried to explain, but there's only so much you could say, right?
Yeah.
So I think that if you're worried if things are a little messed up, you could talk to her and like the fact that you're calling me and asking about it, like you're worried about it. You know what I mean? You feel like you messed up, but it was out of your control and there's things you had to do. And if you bring that honesty to her and be like, "Hey, listen, I just want to let you know, like things got out of control. I had to help him because I kind of got my buddy in a bind there, but I felt so bad because I knew you were just sitting there all night and I was trying to get to you and I just couldn't because obviously she's aware things got out of control. So I just wanted to apologize because this is eating me up inside because I know I just don't want you to be upset.
Okay.
And when you bring that energy to it, there's no real downside because it's not like even like when you're honest and open and they turn up their nose at you, it's just like okay, well I did everything I could and I was being really nice about it, and that was just a bad situation. So if they get upset with you, then the ball's in their court of being a bad person. You kind of get ahead of it by being open and honest.
Okay.
So next time you see her, or whatever, maybe not, don't bum rush her at homeroom, but next time you
Yeah.
have an opportunity to talk, bring that up and really say like, hey, I'm super sorry, but that's just how the cards went out, and I would have done anything to sit with you that night, but
Yeah.
it just didn't work out.
Can I ask you one more quick question?
Yeah, sure.
Where do you think is the best place to take her out? Like,
Well, it's getting cold now, right?
I mean, 65
Oh,
lows.
where are you at?
Florida.
Okay, okay, yeah. So always fun to do shared activities. Movies never. Eating is
Yeah.
even tough, like going on a dinner date because, you don't have a lot to bounce off of, and also it's hard to talk and eat at the same time. You really want to find out more about the person on the first date. So I always suggest like mini golf, arcades, like bowling is a fun one because no one's good at bowling and you can both
Yeah.
make fun of each other. Like little games to play. And if you can't spend money and you can't get around because you just turned 16, then a board game night. Or even over Discord if you need to, like play a game together. But just a shared experience where you both can like you notice she gets a little more upset when she loses. Like, oh, okay. Like, you know what I mean? You learn about them through playing games or doing shared activities. So that's what I would
So
suggest.
Top Golf is a good spot because that's my plan.
Well, Top Golf is tough because that's real golf, right? Like you're teeing off.
I mean, yeah, but I'm not very great at golf, so
Okay.
I'd say we're probably
But
same level.
the problem is some people are just, they can't hit a ball. I'm one of those people.
Yeah.
So if, that might if she's just there and she's just not getting it done, it'd be cute to try and teach her, but if she still can't get it then, she's just sitting there frustrated. So it's a little bit of risk, but I still think it's really fun.
Okay.
But mini golf's always my pick because mini golf is just stupid.
Okay. Thank you, Father.
No problem, bro. Have a good one. Can hear my cat screaming from the other side of the door, and I will not bring her in here, despite the fact that I know you guys are going to ask me to bring her in here, because she's being a nightmare right now, and she tried to tear. There's a lot of wires that go on behind the scenes to get this set up, and I know when she comes in here, she immediately just like ramp tries to pull him down, then she runs away because she knows she's doing a bad thing. Anyway, moving on. Oh, there's people next up now. Are people? I'm so confused. We must have a mod that's just jumping in and out. Purple, haven't heard from you in a while. You firecracker.
What's up, man? How have you
What's up?
been?
Good. How we doing?
That's good to hear. So basically what happened, right? I was going to the library to study, but I was taking my lunch with me so I could eat and study. And as I was walking over to the area I was going to study, this girl dropped her phone, and then I kind of just kicked that shit, you know? It was an accident. I did do it on purpose.
Okay, yeah.
Fine. It probably broke. But then in the process of me kicking it, I tripped and spilled my shit all over her papers. Spilled that shit all over her papers, right? She
Right.
spent, I don't want to say like, I don't know, 5 minutes. I was cleaning her shit up. She was yelling at me the whole time.
Right.
But as I realized as she was yelling at me, she's kind of cute. So do you think if I asked her out, she'd say yeah?
No, probably not. If you
Yeah,
do,
that's what I thought.
if you do nothing between then and now and just ask her out, probably not. But there's
Yeah, okay,
there's
that's
some,
what I was
you
thinking.
we have a connection now. This is like an anime. What's those movies? There's like the dating anime shows. I just watch the action
Yeah.
ones. But whatever. Like this is an opening, and she's like one of them angry anime girls. But we can crack her, I mean, you fucked up big, but a wholehearted apology that can go a long way. Like I'm so
True.
sorry about all that. Make a little joke out of it. Do your best to be yourself and be. I know you're a goofy kid, Purple. So kind of play into that. And if she just keeps putting standing you up, whatever. You missed the mark before you even started, really, because you damn near assaulted her in her
Yeah.
phone. But at the end of the day, you have an opening to talk to her at least. So play off
True.
that, and then catch a vibe. And then if that doesn't work out, skedaddle. But
All right.
don't start running into girls because you think that's gonna work. Like this is an opportunity that was an accident. Don't fucking start kicking chicks'
Okay.
phones just because you think you can start talking to them. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
No problem, Purple. Have a good one.
You too.
Bye bye. Enemies to lovers? Ship? Best ship? I love your big tug videos. Thank you. A meet cute. I only found it such a Disney way to find someone exactly. Baka. Baka means idiot, right? They say it a lot in anime. You know the city they go there baka. Alright. Hey Down Patrol, do you like candles? I'm more of an incense man, if I'm gonna be honest. I wish I lit some incense before I started doing this. I fucking love incense. I just love the smell of smoke. Also, I love your big tug videos. Thank you. I appreciate that. Straight sound. That sounds like a sick SoundCloud of like. Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Oh my, this is insane. Hi, Father.
Hi, straight sound.
So I'm also spare wheels in the chat, but I've had a little bit of a problem.
Okay.
So there's this girl, and so I kind of knew her from afar in sixth grade. I'm 14. I'm in ninth grade now, so freshman year.
Yep.
Um, and so sixth grade, I saw her. We did this musical together, and it was very sad. But and I was kind of like, she's kind of cute, okay. And then fast forward to freshman year, I finally meet her again. She like one of my friends introduces me to her again, and she's still kind of bad. And I got to know her. It's been several months of us knowing each other, but she's kind of friend zoned me really hard. She falling for all my best friends and stuff, like my closest friends, constantly talking to me about all her dating stuff and what she should do. I'm constantly trying to like kind of flirt with her, but she's literally said to my face like she will never date me.
Okay. So let me explain something that you should know, that every man should know, is that the friend zone doesn't really exist in the sense of, the terminology you used was she put me in the friend zone, right?
Yeah.
You can, you don't get put there, you stay there. You walked there. She said she didn't want to date you, and now you're in the friend zone because you're waiting around for something to happen. You can walk out of the friend zone. You can just walk away. If you don't want to be if you can't just be friends with her, if you don't want to be friends with her, if you want to date her, you can walk away because it seems like now you're a guy best friend that you don't want to be, right?
Yeah.
I don't think there's a way to turn this stone. She told you several times it's not going to work out. So, we skedaddle.
So just like stopping your friend completely.
Do you want to be friends with her?
I mean,
Or-
I get, but like
Are you just
It-
waiting for an opportunity?
I guess pretty much.
Yeah. So, it's not, it's like, listen, nothing personal, but I was looking for something here, and I gotta, go. And if she misses you, she does it. Whatever the fuck. Maybe she'll don't understand what she had until it's gone kind of situation. But right now, you waiting around waiting for something to happen. That works. We've had like 3 calls out of the year and a half we've been doing this show that worked. It's usually not, and it's usually at the end of the day they're just like, I guess I'll settle for this dork. So not calling you a dork, but this is usually how it goes. So walk away. I don't think you're gonna get anything out of this, my guy.
Yeah.
Plus, you're a freshman in high school. Something else will come along.
Yeah, I know, but tonight we are hanging out like just as friends and stuff, but with other friends as well. And like in our town, we have this whole like kind of like first Friday thing, first Friday of the month, like the huge party goes on and stuff. And she invited me to like the after party at her house, and we did the same thing last year, or like same thing last month. But like, I don't know, do I like act 40 around her, or just like act completely as friends?
Just act as friends. See what happens.
Okay, just completely like I know like originally from the start she like was being all weird and stuff when we first became friends, but now like she kind of like I don't know. She like eggs people on. She has a very flirty personality. She constantly texts me and stuff, and I honestly like just can't read her signals.
Yeah. Well, there is. She told you she's never gonna date you, so she might
Yeah,
be manipulating you a little bit to keep you around at this point. So just shut it down. See what happens. See how she reacts.
perfect.
All right.
Thank you, Father.
No problem, Strange Sound. Have a good one. Bless your heart. Oh, get the fish. That is an old joke. Does anyone remember that joke? Do we have any day ones here? The get the fish emoji? That was their original catchphrase on this show. Does anyone remember what that means to get the fish? To make the best out of a bad situation? Oh shit. Almost knocked over my tropical Celsius. Up next is Vay.
Hello,
Hello.
how are you?
Good. What can I do for you?
So, I have a crush on one of my close friends, and they're my first crush. I never thought that I was able to feel this way for someone, but I guess I am.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always admired them and thought they were really nice, smart, and pretty. I always think, like, why would they like someone like me? Like, they're literally perfect. And I wouldn't consider myself very attractive. I don't like how I look. I'm very socially awkward and I always think that I'm annoying everyone whenever I talk.
Right.
I've been trying to love myself more and try to take care of myself. And they said that they have a crush on someone, so I'm scared.
Scared of what? That they like you back?
No, scared that they like someone else. Like,
Ah. Okay. First of all, are you in America?
I'm in Canada.
Canada. Okay, same kind of thing. I was going to say, in terms of the self-esteem thing, there's only so much you can do for yourself. Like, it's good that you're practicing self-love and you can read tips online and stuff, but if you can get to a therapist, I would suggest it because they'll give you it's kind of like going to a nutritionist for a workout plan. Like, they'll find good ways that can help you personally to boost that self-esteem. Because I know you're trying, and you know you're worth more than you think you are, but I would suggest I'm not someone who can help you out with that personally. I think you definitely can get a lot of work done in a therapist's office and bloom into a beautiful butterfly. Besides that, though, having the confidence to figure out what the hell's going on, like they said they had a crush, they're already talking to you on that level. It's worth, digging into a little bit.
Hmm.
I think what we need to do here is just boost that confidence up, because without that, you're like, you feel like people hate you or whatever the fuck. I feel that. That's usually how I've been living most of my life. I'm a lot to handle if we're a close friend. I don't really have an off switch. I'm constantly trying to make jokes, and that can annoy people. That's why I have very specific friends who enjoy that type of behavior. Regardless, I would suggest, you said the problem is that you don't know what to do with this guy.
Yeah,
Well, first of all, how old are you?
I'm 13.
Okay, yeah. So you're just starting. You're just starting your adult life. Like you said, you never thought you could feel like this, but all of a sudden the hormones hit, and now you're really feeling like you could feel like it. It's going to be confusing and scary for a little bit, but this is what part of growing up is. You're gonna have to, you're gonna learn, and it's gonna happen, and you're gonna make some mistakes. You're gonna be an idiot, but the biggest advice I can give for you is you're never gonna learn by not doing things. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
You kind of got to go for things. The egg's gonna be on your face more times than not. You're gonna trip into a pie and wear it for a face mask, but that's how you learn. And one, you'll also learn that get an egg on your face is not as scary as you think. You might feel stupid, you might feel like an idiot, but hey, at least you tried, which is more than 90% of the people around you. So I'm gonna have to ask you to go for it as much as you can, and you'll build up your confidence that way, as well as you'll learn a lot. But you just turned 13. Life's starting for you. You just got to get in there. Don't be afraid. All right?
Thank you, Father.
No problem. Bless your heart.
You too. Have a good day.
You too. Baby Boy Blue, BBB420 with the subscription. If you want to subscribe, I just hate the ads. I was going to pitch the Patreon to you, but if you're just doing it for the ads, I feel that. Up next, Jeng, or Jemg, or Germg. I'm too blind.
Wait, hello.
Hello.
Okay, yeah, it's Jem. My name's Jamiria, but no one ever gets it right, so I just say Jem.
Okay. All right, Jem.
Calls me that. I just do it online because,
Yeah.
But okay, so this is a bit of a long one.
All right.
Kind of advice about if I should. Well, I probably shouldn't, but reach out to my ex. We were together. Well, I'm 17 turning 18. He's 18 turning 19 next month.
Okay.
And we've been together on and off since April of 2020.
All right.
And okay, we've had a very tumultuous relationship.
You don't have to tell me that. Yeah, I got that vibe.
Yeah, okay. I sound so self-important saying this, but like he doesn't have a lot of drive. He, works in freelance pharmaceuticals, if you know what I mean. Just not a lot of motivation.
That's a fun way to
Probably
put that.
a year behind on graduating.
Yeah.
But, I really love the dude. I really do. We were best friends for a while and then, but over the course of our whole like relationship, there have been patches where he's like very abusive
Right.
or, like verbally. Yeah, at times he's, like there was one point in time where he threatened to kill me, and I was like, we broke
Girl.
up for like 4 months. He
Girl.
came back and was like, "Oh, I was on some stuff that made me a different person." Blah, blah, blah. So then I was like, okay. I made him like block his friends that like were doing that stuff, whatever. And like over the course of what 2.5 years, we started off really bad, and then like over time, each break up and get back together type thing, he was better and better and better, right?
Right.
So then keep in mind this whole time we're not hanging out because the first year was all COVID. Second year, school's back, but he changed schools. Well, like a night school type thing. And he's terrified to meet my mother. And by terrified, I mean petrified. Because he's like, she's going to hate me, whatever. Because, oh yeah, also, I'm black, he's white. It sounds like not important, but
It is.
we
Yeah.
live in Georgia. So
I was
it
gonna
is
say.
kind
I
of
could hear
rough.
the southern drawl, so I knew there's something going on here.
Really? I sound southern?
Yeah, yeah. When you say southern, yeah, there's certain words you hit it. It's not as bad as like a couple of people we've had, but it's definitely a southern drawl in you.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, just a
But,
touch. Touch of southern honey.
thank you, actually. But yeah, he's terrified to meet her because even, I'm more well off than him, or at least my family is. He's
Right.
not. Parents are divorced. He's not, before me he was a humongous whore, I must say.
Right.
I mean absolute slut bucket.
Right.
And then like he never had like a real girlfriend ever. So then we're together for what, almost 3 years on and off. And pretty much we broke up about what I want to say a month ago because we hung out and he was supposed to meet my mom that day. And
chickened
I
out.
mean, an hour before he's supposed to come to my house, he just texts me and says, I can't do it. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? So I cuss him out. He's like, I still want to see you today. So then I meet up with him. We talk. We're fine. And then like we're in the car chilling. I'm about to leave, and he brings it up, and I just start bawling my eyes out. I mean, he seen me cry over the phone, but just he like I was in front of him, snot like Viola Davis crying,
Right.
right? And his whole demeanor changed. Like he got so sad, like he almost cried, and was like, "I do this to you all the time. I'm sorry that I'm such a problem for you, and all that stuff." And then I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna go. Whatever." I stopped crying. That night he texted me and was like, "Hey, I'll talk to you tomorrow." I'm like, "Are we good?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm sorry for everything. Just whatever." Come to find out, he blocked me right after that.
Okay.
I didn't realize he had blocked me until the whole next day because he was like, "Oh, my phone's acting up. I'm gonna be somewhere with my friends. I'll talk to you tomorrow." And then tomorrow came, and I did not talk to him that entire next day.
Gem.
And then Monday I check, and I'm blocked.
Gem.
And I was like, "What?"
Let's.
Then
No. I've heard enough about this boy. Listen. So have you dated anyone else in this time that you've been on and off with him?
I've talked, but not dated. No,
Okay.
I'm a very commitment type person.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
not good at.
I'm not calling you a jumper, but
Oh yeah, no.
what I want for you is one. Like I know you want to get back with this guy because comfort is in. What's the word I'm looking for? What does it mean when you familiarity? Comfort comes
Yeah.
from familiarity. and you really like this guy, but I think that, I mean, everything I've heard from him, he hasn't been great to you. He hasn't been great to himself. He needs to figure some shit out. We both agree with that, right? He needs to figure some shit
Yeah.
out.
Oh, absolutely.
But I think that one, you seem like a catch in terms of your ability to talk at the very least. Like, I don't know what you look like. I don't know how you handle yourself, but you hold yourself well, and you have great conversations because like you told 3 jokes in the middle of half your stories, and they were pretty funny. I want to let you know that I think that if you get into a relationship, besides this one, and it's advice I give to a lot of people, you can find out what a relationship is supposed to be. A
Yeah.
relationship is not supposed to be on and off.
Mm-hmm.
It's not supposed to be, oh God, you break up with him or he breaks up with you because shit's so shitty, and then you just start to remember the only reason thing you get back together is because you start to only remember the good things. Then you're back in it for 3 months, then you start to see the bad things again, then you get out, and it's just a terrible toxic trait and a toxic cycle. I think that I'm not gonna say go run out and date the first person you meet, but I think that you could really find out what a good relationship can be. Someone who's reliable, someone who's not gonna ditch you when he meets your mom, and is gonna have drive and is gonna treat you well. I don't think you should go back to this person. I think you shouldn't go back to this person either.
Well, I'm not even. Well, of course, going back is in like the back of my mind. But
Well, no, you
in
you started this call saying I want to go back to my ex. What are you talking
well,
about?
no, I know. I said text him because of what just happened. Okay.
Okay.
So I live in a small town in Georgia. It's called Cartersville. I don't care if I freaking talk myself. It's whatever. It's a small big city, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 40 minutes north of Atlanta, and our like county has like like in the newspaper it has like who got booked this week, like jail bookings.
Oh Jesus.
They have a Facebook page for that, right?
Right.
And I opened my Facebook while I'm at my internship this past Tuesday morning, and guess whose face I see?
Your boys
Mm-hmm.
doing what? What do you get back for?
Felony possession of a Schedule 1 controlled substance, weed.
Oh, okay. Georgia's ridiculous, but still.
Literally. Well, no. So now, well, most parts of Georgia, at least within an hour or two outside of Atlanta, like that whole area, if you have an ounce or less, they just take it and just ticket you, and then they don't arrest you for that anymore.
Decriminalized.
Yeah. No. If you have more than an ounce, oh yeah, you're going to jail.
Yeah, that's the
Oh,
decriminalized
really?
possession. That's usually what it means when it's like under an ounce.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that, but
this boy's
yeah,
packing.
that
This boy
was-
had fucking over an ounce on him.
this still is Georgia. So if he had enough, they would have hit him with like intent to distribute whatever.
Yeah.
So that means he had more than an ounce, but less than like a zip,
Mhm.
pretty much. And every time we break up, he finds some way to, ultra fuck his life. I don't get it. I like first time we had like a bad. I mean, we've had so many breakups, but every time that like it's like a bad one that feels final to either one of us, he does something. First time he got in a bunch of fights, and he's
So you feel
Kinda-
bad? You feel bad, and you try and go and fix him up?
yes, and not to have a little god complex, but I do fix him every time. At least while I'm there, he's fixed.
Yes, but it's not. I get that you want to do that. That sounds like it feels good. Feels good to help someone out like that. But
Yeah.
I mean, goddamn, how many times are you gonna crank this clock before you figure out it's not gonna tell the right time?
Very true.
And it's also not your responsibility. That's a big thing that's hard for people to understand. Where like, kind of feels like you have to go save him. You're watching a boy drown. You should jump in with a life jacket. But he had so many opportunities to learn how to swim. This kid.
No.
It's not your responsibility at the end of the day. Maybe
Yeah.
I think the best thing for him is for you not to come back in his life. Maybe he'll go down the terrible path, and maybe he'll figure it out and realize that people like you don't show up until they get their shit figured out.
Yeah, it's just, man, it's hard to watch because then like our friend, not our friends, we don't have friends in common. We only met because I was a freshman, he was a sophomore, and he was in my freshman math class because he failed his own freshman math class.
Girl.
So the
Right.
next year, you in there, and they had. Just to make a long story short, I was in the wrong math class. I was honors, but they put me in like the regular class with also the sophomore dumb kids,
Right.
but just gave me honors work, so I was still technically honors. But we were sat like diagonal from each other, and that's how we met. But funny story, we became best friends first, and then one night I told him I liked him. And you want to know what his reaction was?
What?
Are you crazy? You think I like you? Like he was just I mean tearing into me. Like, I was like, wait, but you were flirting last week. He was like, when the hell did I flirt with you? You know, whatever. So I was like, oh, okay. I block him, right? He texts me on my number and is like, unblock me. I gotta talk to you. And I was like, what do you want? And then he was like, I like you too. I was just confused. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? But you know, at that point, I've only been in one other relationship, which was fucking
Well,
middle
yeah,
school.
you
So
were a
it doesn't.
freshman in high school, of course.
Yeah, exactly. Like from that year up until now, I'm a senior. Yeah, of course. Like it's only been him, and at that point that like we met my freshman year, I had just gotten out of another like really tumultuous thing. I don't know why God keeps sending me drug dealers
Well,
and
listen, hey,
unstable men.
I know why.
I don't look for them.
You no, but you invite him in because you have a self-proclaimed but not proclaimed little bit of a god complex where you like fixing people up.
Yeah, true.
So that's what you're gonna attract.
Yeah, yeah, that is true. I do that. Ironically, the first ex, he also got arrested right after we broke up. I don't know what
Girl.
I do to these men. I
Girl.
don't know what.
All right.
I don't know.
I am really enjoying talking to you. We are going a little bit over time, but I need you to promise me that you don't hit this kid up. Let him flounder, okay?
I promise, Father.
You're in honors classes. You're a fucking smart kid. You have the ability to talk. You got this. Just fucking focus up. Focus on yourself for a little bit. You've been in and out of this relationship with this dude for such a long time that, you know, self-reflect. But everyone in this chat's rooting for you. They hate the fucking guy, and we all have reason to hate the fucking guy. But you got this. Just don't let him be on that Facebook page for as long as he needs to be until he figures the fuck out. Okay, girl?
Yep. All right.
All
Thank
right,
you
Joe.
so much.
No problem. Have a good day.
Have a great day.
Bless your heart. I need to go to the South. I don't go to the South. I should go to the South. I know people are going to say, don't go to the South. I spent 100 pound points on this message. This man thinks he's future. Onion, stop gifting. Thank you, though. But save up. Buy an ice cream. Onion gifted, and then Onion gifted a sub to Gwen. And then Spare Wheel gave 500 bits. Onion gifted another one to Sneak Attack Jack. Miss Tuggles. Mr. Huggles? I don't know. But thank you for the sub. Thank you. And Baby Blue. Baby Boy Blue! Baby Bowie! Alright. Who came first? Ringo or Skincare? I'm going to give it to Skincare Bob. I like that name. Come to Texas. I'll buy you. I don't like barbecue. Don't hate me. But I'm not a big barbecue guy. Although I do like Memphis barbecue. What? No, not Memphis. What's the one with it's like a very mustard heavy. I like that barbecue. Dry rubs. Zop, ZOP, with the prime sub. Thank you so much. Came to St. Louis. St. Louis isn't the South, is it? That's touching me. That's real close to Illinois. Hello?
Hello?
Are you outside?
Yeah.
All right. Try and can you put it up to your face? Oh, fuck it. What's up?
Okay. So I got like two quick things, but like if I'm going too long, you can just cut me off and throw me out. So yeah.
All right.
Okay, so first off, like I'm a sophomore right now. So last year there's this girl in my class. So, like it's not like that I really liked her, but like she was a friend of my friend, so like I kind of knew her, and she went very heavy with the like what I'm assuming is just like the jokingly like flirting, like acting like she's saying like we were dating, like just being kind of like that, you know?
Yeah.
And then I still am like very subconscious about my appearance. So I was like, oh, so this is a fucking like joke. So I was just like kind of the whole year I was just kind of assuming it was this joke that she was doing. Like she would take pictures of me and that would get me really annoyed because like I said, I didn't really like how I looked. So I thought it was just kind of like fucking with me. So and then this year, like I ran to her in the hall a few times. And then like a few days ago, I ran to her and she said like I was going back like she would love you. And I was like, I'm just confused. I just want to know if I'm going fucking insane or something.
Insane? Cause what would you be going insane about? That she's into you?
I don't know. Like no, she's definitely not into me. I'm like 100% sure of that. But, like why? What reasons there? Like it's like literally been a year and they're still like I don't know.
She's probably getting a rise out of you, my guy. You probably blush when you walk by her. It's fun.
No, I just like completely ignore her. But like I don't know. It just feels like a year of this. Like I don't even know.
Dude, I would say to shut it down, make it real. That's the best way I would say. Even if you know you're gonna miss, just be like, hey, let me take you on a date then. If you're gonna act like this, and then she'll probably be like, oh, shut up, no, and then whatever, or she'll say yes. But you know, you could. There's a lot of ways you could shut this down without coming off as like an angry, like I don't like you, stop it. You know, you could just straight up say like, all right, let me take you on a date then, baby girl. Let's figure this out. And then she'll be like, stop, and then whatever. But play into it if she's gonna keep doing it, play into it.
All right, great advice, but I'd rather jump into the road right here, so I'm not going to do that.
All right, well, okay. What's your second thing?
Okay, the other thing is like, I don't know. I kind of feel like I'm an asshole because it's like I'm just jealous of my friend. Like, he's this guy. Like, he's really nice. He's like super smart, and like he's like fit too, and he's just kind of like, I don't know. I'm just like, I feel like I'm a competitive person, and am I a bad person for like getting jealous of him like this?
In a sense, yes. You're. I wouldn't say like in terms of being physical fit and putting effort into being smart. It's bad that you're jealous of it because you can just do those things.
Yeah, with the smart thing, like I'm not dumb or anything. Like it's just I'm not on his level. I don't know. I feel like I'm a competitive person. I get like kind of jealous, and I don't know.
Well, being jealous is a natural human trait. Sorry. Being jealous is a natural human trait. Monkeys do it. It's one of our most primal things. Don't feel bad for feeling like that. Acting on it is the issue, and also not trying to, if you're jealous of something that you can obtain, that's on you. You're gonna feel bad about it. But if you can, in terms of physical fitness, you can get there, and in terms of smartness, everyone's smart in their own way, except for some people that aren't. But you can get it done, my son.
All right, thank you, Father.
No problem, skincare Bob. Bless your heart.
Bless your heart.
My man was sprinting through the wind on that one. Baby, stop, please. She's screaming. Alright, I'm gonna let her in. Fuck it. Alright. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Hi. Don't knock my drink over, Gooby. Oh, hey, Muffin. Hi, baby girl. She's so sweet, isn't she? Hi. Hi, baby. Hi, Muffin. Oh, big kisses. This is my cat, Abby. Oh, can you hear her purring? Oh, my goodness. Hello. Hi. Oh, up she goes. Go ahead. Get up there. Hi. Hi, Muffin. I gotta do my show, Goober. Hi. Hi. Hey. Hello. She's a very affectionate cat. Baby boy Blue with the gift. Thank you. Don't play with the wires, please. Don't make me kick you out. Psst. Ah. You don't do that. Come here. Hi, baby. Don't fuck with the wires, hey. Ah. Ah. Hey! You stop that. Come here. Get out of there. Get out of there. No, stop. Jesus Christ, I knew this was going to immediately be an issue. No. Hey. Get away. No. Fuck me. All right. Up next, Ringo. Onion, thank you for the gifted sub again.
Hello?
Hello.
God. How are you?
Good, how are you? What can I do for you?
So basically, um, I took a pretty long break, a 9-month break after the last relationship I was in,
Mm-hmm.
because it ended bad. It ended bad.
Right.
And it was just kind of like I needed to take a step back just to,
Recoup.
yeah, recoup, learn how to appreciate me more because I was not putting my own needs above.
Others,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah. So I took a long break. I work a retail job and I've been working there for a while now. and there's a girl there, and I started talking to her recently,
Mhm.
and we've hung out a couple times, and I'm like going through my process of like um, looking for red flags and stuff like that, and I'm trying to find a red flag, and we've been talking for about 2 months, and I still can't find one, and I don't know if that's a bad thing or not. I feel like I don't know. Am I overthinking this?
Yeah. By definition, yes. I get that you're gun shy, because shit hit the fan pretty hard, right?
Yeah.
But that's not a reason not to get into another relationship. It's just another reason to have a better one. Knowing what to look for, knowing what to do. It's when you're in a relationship, it's not you versus the other person. It's you and that person versus the problem. And it seems like that the person you were dating before made it you the problem. Made you take a lot of the weight on that. But getting into a relationship, starting fresh with a new person, with new personality traits and new skills and abilities, like a fucking video game, you know, you can
Yeah.
jump into this and have, you have more knowledge on how to maintain a healthy relationship. So I don't think you're doing anything wrong. If you can't find a red flag, that's probably good, right?
Yeah,
And
I would think so.
they will expose themselves over time. No human being is perfect, but that's what being in a relationship is figuring out how much you like a person and how much you're willing to do for them. So go for
Yeah.
it, my guy. Go for it.
Do you think it's a bad idea because I work with her though?
How old are you?
I'm 16.
I mean, fuck it. I mean, I always say don't shit where you eat, but you have time. You're 16.
Yeah, and plus I don't really like my job's okay. I was considering
I was gonna
switching
say
anyways.
you work in retail. You probably can get another job down the street. Like, not,
Yeah, it's literally the next building over.
yeah. So you got this, Pimp. Go for it.
All right. All right. Thank you.
No problem. Bless your heart, Ringo.
Thank you. Appreciate
Oh, I can hear the cat. She's gonna knock over my green screen. Don't get crazy. Up next, the doc. What is that profile picture?
Shit. Hi. Oh my
Hi.
god. Okay. So hi. You know that one fucking TikTok audio where it's like oh my boy, father help. Yeah, that's me at the moment. So hi. I'm like panicking a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry, this is like my first time being on a stream, so like I don't know how to react.
You're good. It's just me and you.
So, okay, I have like a whole I have a whole Google Docs of a timeline, really shortened down as fast as I can. So just go with this. So I broke up with my ex on August 12th, and then my friend Daniel broke up with my friend Lisa on August 13th. And then as we started talking, started getting closer, and then like, not as like crush and stuff, but like just as friends and everything.
Mm-hmm.
2 weeks go by. Whoop-de-doo, I develop feelings, obviously, because you know it's happening. And then I have a breakdown because I like don't want to break up the bro code because Lisa's like my really good friend. And then I had talked to Lisa about it because I didn't want to like hide things from her, but she said like she genuinely didn't care if I liked him, and like she could not give less of a shit if Daniel and I were to become a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I took it as a sign. I was like, okay, what happens happens. Okay, cool. And so I kept talking to Daniel. Things were great, and then like I got all the signals that like he liked me, and then I was like, okay, cool. My friends convinced me to like ask him out, and I did. He said no, but the thing is that he said like, I like you too, yada yada yada. But basically, as things goes on, Daniel and I like, he kind of developed feelings, but like doesn't like he doesn't know how he feels right now because he's still trying to get over Lisa, and then turns out like Lisa is like pissed off at me right now. Even though like she said she was okay with it. It's been like a few weeks now, and I don't know. I just like, and now Lisa just wants space for me, and I'm just trying to figure my shit out right now, and I don't know what to do.
Okay. So while I explain to you what you need, I'm gonna give you the 478. Do you know what that is? Stop,
No.
please. It's a breathing exercise. Can you do it for me?
Yeah.
Okay. So close your eyes. And you breathe in through your nose for 4 seconds. And then you hold it for 7. And then out through your mouth, making a whoosh sound for 8 seconds. Okay? Alright. So, all of this stuff is nonsense. She said it would be cool. Didn't seem like it was cool. This guy fell apart, whatever. This is all very momentary. This is going to pass soon. You're just absolutely, obviously, really in the shit of it right now. Like, everything's kind of falling apart in front of you, and it's going to make you, like, you seem, I'm making you do a breathing exercise right now because you got all this nervous energy, anxiety. But we got to slow the roll. Open the eyes. When you're ready to talk, say hey, or whatever.
Yeah, it's also just like Daniel and I, like, we get along really well, and like when it came to him and Lisa, they fell apart because Lisa like realized she was aromantic.
Mhm.
And then yeah, but like, and Lisa never gave off any signs that she wasn't okay with it. Like, she never once did. Um, and and don't get me wrong, I fucked up too. I shouldn't have, like, I still should have given Daniel space because I kind of just rushed in while he was still trying to get over his feelings and stuff. So,
Yeah.
like, that's on me, obviously, but and now I don't know.
I think. Jesus Christ, sorry, my cat's going nuts. I think you're more okay than you think you are right now. I think you have what they call doom brain. DOOM brain.
Definitely do.
Yes. You're on a downturn. Your brain chemicals are all the evil, icky, skull and crossbone chemicals that are making you feel really shitty. But
Yeah.
I'm here to let you know, as an outsider, I'm sure the chat agrees, like, it's a little messy what you're in right now, but let the emotions die down. And I know me telling you just relax, that's like the worst thing you can tell someone who's having it who's having an energetic episode. But, the breathing exercises are going to help, but we need to once you have the emotion level drop right now, you're going to take a wider look around and you'll be able to see that, things aren't as bad as they are. But we're spiraling at the moment. I'm glad you called me because we can try and get you out of this spiral. But it's a little messy right now. I'm sure you're the guy in this story. What was his name again?
Daniel.
Daniel. Daniel's not as upset as you think he is. Your friend is not as upset as she thinks he is. I don't think she has even really a right to be upset. Like you said, she doesn't seem like she is, but she's aromantic, so how are you going to be jealous when you're aromantic? So, it's one of those things. We just got to, take a look around. The wider scope. Foresight. Wide sight. You got the blinders on right now. You're fine. I think you're really okay in this situation. You just think that things are really bad.
The biggest thing is that she said the reason why she was upset is that she felt betrayed in a way because, like, I promised her that, like, she'd always be my number one priority, and, like, that my feelings were small, but, like, that was what it was at the time, but now my feelings have gotten really big. And I promised her I'd always hold her a priority, and I fucked up in the sense of, like, I just kind of just focused on Daniel, which is why she's upset mainly. Um, and I'm trying to find that balance of making sure I'm not, like, ignoring my friends, but also just like not ignoring my feelings. So I'm just trying to figure that out at the moment.
Okay. Have you said any of that to her?
Yeah.
How'd that go?
I haven't talked to her in like a week and a half.
Okay. Well, I think that one, how old are you? I haven't got that out of you yet.
17.
Yes. Okay. You're 17. I'm not going to belittle you, but you don't have experience with this. Like you said, you're figuring out how to balance romantic and friendship, right?
Yeah.
And that's time management is a skill that people don't figure out before they die. That's a tough thing to learn, and you're learning it right now. But like you said, you're making your mistakes seem bigger than they are, but you are making a couple mistakes. Your friends have made other mistakes in this story as well. Like what you said, you didn't put her before or whatever. It's just like one of those things where it's like, okay, but it seems a little manipulative. That seems, what's what I'm looking for? Neglectful on her part. Like, okay, I get that she has to be your number one concern, but other things are going to happen. Jesus Christ. But at the end of the day, you're trying. You're trying to figure these things out. And it's hard, and you don't know what you're doing. That's normal. If someone expects you to have your shit together fully at 17, they're lying because they don't have their shit together at 17. So, if you have this all explained out, you haven't talked to her in a week, slowly work on yourself. Tell her everything you said to me. You apologized. And if she still doesn't take it, that's on her. But you're growing as a person. You feel really bad. It's not like it's not like you banged your dad or something. It's not this huge fuck up. It's just
Yeah.
it's just a little bit of a messy situation. And if she's blowing it out of the water, that's on her. But focus on fixing the little things that you can, because I think you're obviously worried about it, and you're obviously putting effort in.
Yeah.
What's in front of you is all you got. So let's work on that, and things will get better and better. And also, after this call, lay down, watch one of your favorite TV shows, do breathing exercises, eat some ice cream, just relax for a second. Things will seem a lot clearer once you relax.
Yeah. Just gotta breathe.
Just gotta breathe. Do that exercise. When I have panic attacks, you're not having a panic attack right now, I think. Unless you're really good at panic attacks.
No, it's just more of the fact that I'm on a Twitch stream right now, and there's other people that can hear a conversation right now, so it's like, I'm like, this is weird, okay, but like, cool.
Well, I think let's call it a mix of both. So after this call, let it settle, fall all the way down, and then stage up the plan. You're obviously someone
have
who
an
has
Amazon package. That's how I will decompress, is
Yes.
opening an Amazon package.
Christmas for yourself every day. All right?
Yes. All right. Thank you.
No problem, Doc. Bless your heart.
Thank you.
God damn, I almost keep banning people. 8675309. I have to sleep now, but I'll talk to you later. Love y'all. Have a good night. You're looking great tonight, Tug. Thanks, Onion. Thanks for all that money that I didn't deserve. Buy something cool. The Trickster. Oh, no, Smiles was the first. Sorry, the Trickster. I'll get you after this. Sorry. Sorry. Smiles. Smiles.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
What's up?
Oh, that's weird. I was kind of nervous, and then like the second I joined, it just all went away.
Do you ever do stage shit? Are you a theater kid?
No, I do choir though.
Well, you performed before, right?
Yeah.
I'm the way where I'm so nervous. Like I used to do stand up, and the worst part about doing stand up was waiting to do stand up. Once I'm on stage, it's like fuck it, I'm here.
Uh-huh.
But that's how my anxiety works. And then
Yeah, that makes sense.
I also have a big issue. You know, people like tremble when they're like on stage or like on TV. You know, you can see people's hands shake when they're nervous.
Yeah.
I shake like a leaf when I'm done. When all the adrenaline leaves, like my body is just in shambles, and I'm like, people used to come up to me like, "Are you okay? Are you crying?" Like, nope. I would just be shaking like a
Yeah.
leaf at the bar after I do stand up, just because like all the fun chemicals have left, and now I'm just left with adrenaline like an idiot. Anyway, that was a side tangent. What can I do for you?
Yeah. So basically, I in my main friend group, okay,
Yeah.
there is this human being.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously I have a thing for them. But you know, there's the thing that we're friends, and I don't really want to mess up the friendship. You know what I mean? But it's
Yeah.
like it's been a lot of mixed signals because, like, when I started being friends with them, they were dating someone else, but that's not the case anymore. And it's been like that for a few months. And it's just, I don't know. I'm getting mixed signals. Like, there's a lot of things where I'm like, maybe they like me, but then other times I'm like, they probably don't. You know what I mean?
Okay, so I'm gonna try and help you out as much as I can here, but it's more about knowing the person and how they interact with other humans. But what are the mixed signals you're getting?
So it's kind of like, So.
Well, give me an example of a negative and a positive.
Okay, so a positive is, I feel like they kind of tend to stay around me more than the other people in our group. That could just be me, but I feel like maybe.
Okay.
And then there's something like, never mind. That doesn't really make sense.
But what are the negatives?
Have you? Sometimes they do things where if I was in their position, I feel like that's not something I would do to somebody I have a crush on. You know what I mean?
Like what?
I can't really think of anything super specific, but it's like, it'll be like something like when you have a crush on someone, you want to be around them all the time as much as you can, and we all walk home together, like my whole friend group, and they decided to just like their house is a lot closer to where we stop walking, so like we stop walking at this elementary school, but their house is like right after when we get there,
Hmm.
and then sometimes they'll just do that instead of walking all the way, and I'm like, well, if I was in that position, I would walk all the way every time.
Okay.
What I mean?
So, how old are you?
I'm 15.
Okay. So I think that a big thing that you gotta understand is, I think putting yourself in someone else's shoes is a good way to look at life, but it's not a cure-all because everyone's
Yeah.
very different. And I'm not saying this is not really me telling you whether she's into you or not because I have as much idea as I did when this call started. But I think trying to read into that is not going to work because like when you said if you're around like if you have a crush you want to be around him as much as possible, but that's not true for a lot of people. Like that's how you love is there's I don't know all the love languages, but I think one of them is time, spending time with somebody, quality time. But she might be touch avoidant, she might be needs her space, whatever. I don't think reading into people that much and by using your own body as an increment, your own mind, that's not going to get you as far, especially as you get older. Because when you're a kid, everyone's kind of got the same the same brain waves where you're just like wake up, eat, play, sleep. Why would
Yeah,
I
yeah.
won't be mean because I don't want people to be mean to me. But then things get complicated. Human beings are the most complicated computers on fucking earth, and they got set patterns and processes, whatever. But at the end of the day, I think that's a flawed system. Now that being said, I think the best way to figure out if she's into you. Have you ever flirted with her?
Um, First of all, just a little insignificant thing. It's a guy.
Oh,
Second
guy.
of all,
I could have sworn you said a her.
not really.
I'm losing my mind.
I said a human being.
Oh, okay. I guess I just don't see men as human beings.
um, oh, anyways, not it's like kind of it's a joke sometimes, but never really too serious.
Okay. And do you know their sexual preference?
Yeah, they're like, we're not really super labeled, like my whole friend group. We don't really
Everyone's
think like that, but it's like
if you think
just like that pansexual, bisexual, everybody.
I always say if you think
Love
if
everybody.
you think it's hot, you go for it. That's the mentality.
Yep, exactly.
Okay, good. God, the kids these days love it. But at the end of the day, really kind of throw out a general flirt. Like, God, your hair looks fucking fantastic today. Or like, I never really noticed your eyes.
Yeah, I'm a fucking pussy, dude. I can't do shit like that.
Well, there you go, dog. It's so. That's the biggest thing you gotta learn. I need to understand. I don't know your image of me, and I don't know the chat's image of me, but I am a pussy. I am. Well, I'm less of a pussy now because I have a foundation of tries and errors, and like I know how scary things can be. But when it comes to like walking up to someone and doing that stuff, really tough for me. Really is. But what you need to realize, you're 15, and I'm sure you don't have that much experience with it. One, he's your homie. You're already friends. So if you fuck up with a cute general flirt, and he's like, don't say that shit, you'd be like, okay, cool. That's the end of it. And it's not as scary as you think. It really isn't. It's like, jumping into cold water. You're like, fuck, I don't want it. Like, it's a summer day and everyone's just standing around the
I know
pool,
what you mean.
and someone has to get pushed in after a while because no one's getting into the fucking pool. But once you're in the pool and it's cold, you're ready to jump back in because you're like, that wasn't that bad. Even if it's really cold, you get a little numb. Like, you just kind of got to go for it. Just do it once, and then the doors are open, but you just got to do it once. And then...
I mean, I guess sorry.
No, go ahead. I was pretty much done.
I've never really tried to, like, flirt with them or, like, really anybody. I've been in one relationship before. I mean, that was very short-lived. That was, like, a month, and it was just it was not very good. There were some, like, little flirts, but only because they did it first. I guess I've never really thought about flirting because I don't really know anything about it.
Well, a good way... Flirting is saying things that you wish you could say, in my opinion. So it doesn't have to be physical, but it's just like, you're just hanging out. It's like, God, dude, like, I fucking love talking to you. It's so nice to talk to you all the time. Like, you're a good listener, whatever you got to say. Just really sweet things. And then you could tease them a little bit, you know what I mean? Like, kind of be a dick. That's another form of flirting. I do really well with that. But that's That's heavy stage. That's when you learn the art form of it and you go back and forth. Just be open and honest with this person and say really sweet things to them. Just see how they react. That's a good way to get the positive and the negative out of it. You can build a profile of who they are and how much they like you based off of how they react to every time you flirt with them.
I guess that does make sense.
So
also, one time it was like after some performance we had at our school, and it was me and two of my other friends. This person was not there. We were walking home, and then just kind of randomly, one of them was like, "Do you like so and so?" And I was like, "No, why?" And they were like, "Because I think they like you." And so.
Is so and so the guy we're talking about?
Yes.
Okay.
I think so and so likes you. So that made me thinking, like, if there's also kind of hints that other people are seeing, then that could be something.
Dude, you have nothing to lose here. You have nothing
But
to lose.
I really don't want it to be. I don't want it to come to the point where it's like I'm super motivated to ask them out, and then I do, boom, I get rejected, and then it's gonna be super awkward between us.
It's not. I hate that. I hate when people say that.
I just.
Why do you? You think it's awkward because you think it's gonna be awkward. You can handle it. If you want it to not be, first of all, get ahead of it. If you build this up to be some miracle Hail Mary play, then yes, that's going to be an issue. But if you're casual about it, like where we are right now, and you just like him as a homie, and you could see things happening, then you go for it now. Because there's such an issue of people building people up in their heads. Exes, people they want to talk to, people they remember from their past. Like, then you build them up to be these semi-demigods, and then it's an issue. It's not an issue right now. You just got to go for it. And you're fucking good friends with this person. And you'd be like, okay, you can't blame me for wanting to date you, but if you're not into it, that's 100% fine. It's like, I can move on. I'm not worried about it. You just
I see what you mean.
There's going to be a million reasons not to do this. There's a million reasons not to do anything. You got to just push through that. You just got to do it. You will. I'm sure the next time you go up and want to flirt to him, you're going to come up with 10 reasons not to do it. But it's the same. It's like it's like quitting cigarettes or like stop eating junk food. You're like, well, I missed a day, so I might as well get back into it, or da 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 da. No, there's always an excuse. Just do it, okay?
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right. I wish you the best of luck, Smiles. You got it. You just if you're
thank you very much.
What I want to say, last thing I want to tell you, being a pussy is fine. Bravery. Have you heard the quote about bravery? Bravery is not being afraid. Bravery is being afraid and acting despite it.
Yeah.
So brave people aren't not afraid. They're just doing it because they have to. All right?
I've heard that before.
Be brave. Bless your heart.
Okay, thank you, Father.
No problem. I feel like we're getting through a lot of calls today. Where are we at in followers? We're at 28 for a hot minute. If you're not following and you're watching, you follow. Although I doubt we're at that point. I'm pretty sure everyone's doing it. Suspiciously rich mod? What? Am I rich? Am I a mod? The Trickster Fox. Holy shit!
Oh, hello.
Hi, Baby Boy Blue. Thank you for the 10 community subs. Jesus Christ, thank you. Hi, sorry. The Trickster Fox. What's up?
Hello. So I need some advice.
Yeah.
This has been going on for a very long time. So my dad, and me have a very rocky relationship, and so he's done some pretty messed up stuff. And about 2 years before COVID happened, or a year, you kind of, whatever, he cheated on my mother with a 24-year-old, the same age as my sister, messy.
Yeah.
And then my mom was kind enough after she dumped him to let him back and stay with us. And then he, got a new job in Texas and was pretty much just being a huge jerk to my mom, and like his family was too. And then he said, "Oh, I'm moving to Texas with him," and I said I wasn't. And then he was telling everybody that it was my mom's fault that I wasn't moving to Texas with him. And so now I'm like upset, but everybody's like, "You need to talk to your dad," on my dad's side, and like some people on my mom's, and then some people are like, "You don't need to talk to him. You don't have to," because I haven't talked to him in like a full year.
Mhm.
I don't know what to do.
Okay. I don't want to fuck anything up because I'm not a family relationship therapist, but I'll give you my opinion on it.
Yes,
And
please. I need an outside opinion.
I don't think you owe him anything. And I don't think it's going to fix anything by talking to him. The only thing it's going to do is give him validation, you know?
Yeah.
Because I'm sure he wants to talk to you, but if he keeps fucking up, he doesn't deserve it. And him
Because
telling...
I've apologized.
No, go ahead.
He's apologized, or quote unquote apologized, a couple times. Like when he cheated on my mom, I found out the day before I had a test, so I had a mental breakdown.
Yeah.
And he explained it as, "Oh, I found someone new," because my parents never married. They were dating this whole time
Right.
technically. Um, and so he because I had like a panic attack the morning before that I was having this horrible test and I felt like I was gonna fail. So my mom's just like, "You know what? You're having really bad issues today. We're staying home." And my cousin heard this. He told my dad. And my dad's like, "Did your mom tell you before?" I'm like, "Tell me what?" I'm thinking somebody died. And he tells me, "Oh, I met someone new." I'm like, "How do you meet someone new?"
Yeah. Okay.
And she's worked with him, so it was very messy.
So, I'm Catholic, right? This is
Mhm.
gonna loop around. But in the Catholic Church, I'm a priest. We'll say that. And in the Catholic Church, when you know confessional, you go and confess your sins to a priest.
Yes, my
So
mom's Catholic.
okay, so the sacrament of confession. I'm gonna explain a little bit. But when you go into the booth, if you're not Catholic, you might think you go in there, you're like, I robbed a bank, I killed a girl, and I don't pray as much as I should. And the priest is like, all right, you're all sins are absolved. Go out there and have fun. You're like, woo. No, that's not how it works. When you go in there, you apologize for your sins, but one, in your heart, you have to feel sorry for it, and two, the priest usually gives you something to do to fix it. Sometimes it's a couple Hail Marys, but sometimes it's like go and apologize or go do some charity work or whatever. So him coming up to you and apologizing and saying, I'm sorry for doing all those things, an apology is worth nothing if they don't change.
Mhm.
And has he shown any signs of changing?
So after he apologized about the whole leaving my mom thing and pretty much messing up my life because I was 16 when that happened, so my whole world fell apart.
Yeah.
Some other stuff happened. My grandmother passed away, and then he kind of just added on to all that stress. And right after he said he was like, "I'm sorry, I love you, and I'll never hurt you like this again." And then he piled all this on. He got people in his side of the family to pile on and yell at my mom, say all these horrible things that she was stealing my grandmother's money after she passed away. And it got like a whole mess. And he never like he when he texts me and he like everything, he just says the same exact thing. He's like, "I miss you and I love you." He never says, "I'm sorry and I take accountability for everything that I put you through." He's just, "I miss you. I'm sorry. I miss you."
Yeah.
That's it.
That's because when people make mistakes with people, they can't see that they made the mistake. It's not like you put a hole in a wall and you have to patch up that hole. They just see you as, you're the same. You're visibly the same person. You know what I mean? It's not like you have a hole in your heart.
Mm-hmm.
He can't see that, but he thinks, oh, if I just apologize enough, I can get them back in your life. He has to do work. He has to, in my opinion. Once again, I would suggest talking to a therapist because I'm not sure. But in my opinion, you have to do work when you make mistakes like this. And if you want, if you want bonds to not break, and at this point, I wouldn't. He would have to do a lot to fix. If that was my father, he would have to do a lot.
Yeah, I've never been like super close with him, but like it still hurt.
Yeah.
He did all this stuff, and I did at the beginning. I thought I did something wrong, and my mom assured me throughout the whole thing.
That's classic. That's classic kid in the middle of a shitstorm. You're like, what did I do?
Yeah, I'm 18 now, so my mom's like, "You don't have to do anything nobody else tells you.
Yep.
You don't have to talk to him if you don't want to."
The way I'm going to leave you with a little advice just because, he's not a great person. We know that. But I always, especially in the situation, like it seems like, they didn't really plan on settling down and having kids. They're just still dating or whatever the fuck. But
I was surprised.
Yeah, surprise. A birthday surprise. But at the end of the day, these idiots are just kids having kids. So,
Mhm.
you know, he wasn't prepared and he didn't change his life for it. He still made mistakes and he was still being an asshole. And that happens sometimes. But I like to, in terms of putting yourself in his shoes, you'd probably do better, but you have to understand that this guy's, he's you, but with a child. And he's a lot older and he
Yeah.
should know more by now, but, you know, it's humans having humans. And that's a way to look at it in the sense it's not your fault. He's a flawed man, but he's a man and he's
Mhm.
flawed. So
Yeah.
leave with that. I don't think you owe him anything. I think you have to, if if shit hits the fan, you have to talk to him. I would say you have to do a lot to fix what you've done. I don't know what it is, but you haven't
Yeah.
done any of it yet. Okay?
Yeah. It's like so many people say just to talk to him, and so I get conflicted. Like they're just like you're his daughter. You have to love him.
No, that is fucking a lot. I'm sure Gwen in this chat will say it too. She's always, family is. It depends on where you are in the world. Sometimes family bonds are everybody. I think the healthiest way is to realize that sometimes family is toxic and sometimes family is not worth having a relationship with. Like, you don't have to tie yourself to somebody just because they're your dad or just because they're your brother or sister.
Yeah.
It's just, if they're awful, they're awful. You don't have to fucking stick around that just because you're blessed with them being in your family line.
Mhm.
Okay?
Okay. Thank you. This
Oh.
is actually very much help.
Okay. Well, bless your heart.
You too. Have a great day.
Bye-bye. Good for them. Onion, you said you're going to bed. Is she back? She's back. Sleep is overrated. Go to sleep before you become soup. Zictor.
Hello.
Hello. What's up?
How's it going, Father? Oh,
Going good enough.
been a long time waiting.
All right.
So I have a story about down badness from recent times, and then kind of like something I want your advice on.
Okay.
Right. So basically, at like the start of the school year, I live in Ireland for context because I'm gonna bring up some stuff probably, but anyway, so I go in, and there's this like new girl who moved over from one of the schools kind of nearby into ours, and like I didn't really notice her much, didn't talk to her because I kind of stick to my group anyway.
Mhm.
And so like I sit with her in a few classes. Then she kind of talks to her friends. I'm thinking like, oh, she's kind of sound, whatever. I'm not really interested in trying anything. I have a fear of rejection, but
Right.
anyway, so then we start talking a bit more, and I move up to like the honors Irish class, and I kind of sitting alone in a corner for a few classes, and then she gets moved over, and we start talking to each other more, and having a great time. And so, me and my friends, every couple of weekends, we go to the pub. Do not question my age. I don't need this.
Okay.
Anyway, and so I came up with this idea of like, I'm gonna mention this to her and her friends because everyone in my year kind of thinks I just sit in at home and don't really go out much.
Mhm.
So I was just gonna mention it and like, kind of subtly invite her out,
Right.
trying to be slick. And so I mention it, and her and her friends are like, "Oh yeah, that sounds like fun. We're gonna go." And I thought they were joking. And so I text her like later on. I have some of her socials, and she replies back. She's like, "No, I'm gonna go down. Like, let me know when you're gonna be there." And so I start freaking out at this point. I'm like, "No fucking way!
Right.
Can't believe this. It's crazy." But like, I didn't even mention it to my friends, and so I meet up with them. We kind of like talk the whole night, me and her, and then her friends kind of go off with my friends, and they kind of do their own stuff.
So it's just
But I'm
you
talking
two?
with her the whole night.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So it's just you two?
Pretty much. Well, we're in like the bar, so there's everything around.
But it's just
But
you two
we're-
talking. Yeah.
Yeah. And like we're really vibing. We're talking about music and stuff. She's showing me some tattoo ideas she wants to get, and like all her piercings and stuff. And I kind of read into this a bit too much, and I was planning on like just hanging out for the night and not like trying anything, but I was so convinced that like there was a vibe,
right.
and so I try to kind of make a move towards the end of the night, and she's like, "Oh, I don't know, like got out of a relationship recently. I don't want to like fuck around with guys. They just screw me over."
Right.
And so I was like, "Oh, okay, not gonna work out for me." But then at like the start of the night, basically I said like, "Oh yeah, what time are you leaving? Like I'll walk you home." Like I'm clean with it. I'm clean with it. But then she agreed to that, and she was like, she was saying it to her friends, and they were like, "Oh yeah, when are you going?" And she's like, "Oh no, I'm gonna walk home with him." And so I start getting an ego, and all of a sudden I get a text from my parents, and they're like, "You got to come home now," and that screwed everything up. And I was just like, "Oh god damn it, I'm gonna see if I can stay longer." I called my mom, and she's like, "Get home right now. I don't want to have you home late." So I have to like let her know I have to go home, you know.
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh no, try to stay a bit longer. Like, this is the first night I'm out or allowed to be out like late, because her like parents I think were in the bar just beside, so she was like fine to go home late." And then I see one of her friends make out with my friend by the bar, and I'm like, that looks like fun. This is painful to recall. And I was like, yo, want to try that? And she's
like, the way you barely got it out.
Nah, please. And she's like, oh, I don't know about that, like the peck on the lips, whatever. And I go in. I'm not very drunk at this stage, but it was not good, and I could tell. And then I leave, and it seemed fine. I text her like the next day. I'm like, oh, sorry, I know that was awkward. I was kind of in a rush and stuff. She's like, no, don't worry about it. It's fine. And then she had work the next day, but we talked about like hanging out that weekend. This was on a Friday, so this is Saturday now, and she was working all day.
Mm-hmm.
And so we didn't talk too much, but she was like texting me consistently enough. And then we talked about going out on the Sunday. But what ended up happening is like I text her in the morning and I'm like, yo, what time you want to meet up? I'm fine for whenever. And she's like, I don't know. I'll let you know. And then at like 2 p.m., she ghosts me. So I'm like, okay, I'm not going to annoy her. I go to the gym. I come home. I text her and she's like, oh yeah, I'm not feeling too well. I don't think I'll go out. I'm like, oh, it's fine. And the next week I go into school. She's no longer sitting beside me in like the Irish class. There was like free slots. She moved over. She stopped texting me. I got like really confused. In the class we are sitting beside each other. She is just constantly talking to everyone else at like the table and not me. And so I overthink this and I'm like, oh God, like I fucked up here, whatever. But I'd repeatedly like text her and stuff and be like, are we cool? And she'd be like, yeah, no, we're fine. I'm just a very like reserved person, but then she'd be talking with everyone else.
Yeah.
And so I just felt really like, I don't know, I was just overthinking it. And this happened for like another 2-3 weeks where like I'd hear her say something and then freak out about it and then eventually ask her and she'd be like, no, it's fine. And so coming up like a few weeks ago, we kind of smoothed it over one night and it's fine. And I stopped thinking about it. I don't really care at this stage. Like I kind of wanted to more be friends with her after I kind of like sent the message anyway. But yeah, so it's fine. And then coming up to now, like over Halloween, I kind of do stuff with my friends. Don't even bother her about what she's doing really. Like I just say, have a good Halloween and stuff. And on the night, she sends me a couple like photos of her and her friends and like some guys over with them that I know from my classes. And I don't really think about it. I'm like, yeah, whatever, I don't care. I'm out with my friends. And then the next day, she's like sends me a photo of her like cuddled up with a guy, and I'm like, okay, I don't know what to think about this, but it's just a normal photo. I don't care. Like, they probably got together on Halloween or whatever. But then I send her like a snap back, and she opens it and just leaves me unopened.
Yeah, I think
And then
she's sending you signals here.
I doubt it. She's lit. I'm gonna be honest. I do not agree with that. But then the guy adds me, like the guy she was with that she sent the photo with adds me, and this man, he's fine. I have no problem with him personally, but like a year ago, we're like talking in class one time, and he just starts like talking about some of the girls he's been with in the year, and I'm like, oh, this is kind of awkward.
Right.
But I don't know. I'm just kind of like, I know I shouldn't be upset, and I know I shouldn't care, but I kind of do for some reason.
No, it was just an opportunity, swung and missed, and it feels bad.
Yeah.
That's all it is
No,
at the end of the
definitely.
day. But, you're still young. You have other opportunities. It's just with this girl, it's not going to work out.
Yeah. Fair enough. Sorry.
Well, I was saying, that's just the down badness of dating, where sometimes it doesn't work out. But what did you want advice on?
I don't know, just like, it's probably not weird to most people, but for me, just like her sending a message, and then like normally she'd leave me undelivered, but she opens the message, then just leaves me unopened, and then the next day I haven't talked to this guy who she sent the photo with in like months. I don't talk to him at all. We're not really friends or anything. He just adds me on socials. I just thought it was kind of weird.
Maybe he's protective, but I think she was letting you know that, the game's over.
I wasn't trying anything.
I know, but that's she's just solidifying. You know what I mean? Just making sure.
Fair enough.
It's just a tough one, my
Yeah.
guy. Tough Halloween night.
Nah, the down badness really gets to me.
Listen, you're in the stink of it. This was a couple days ago, but 16, my guy, or how 18, whatever you got to be to drink. We'll say that. But we got time. All right. This is gonna hurt for right now, but let's keep looking up. Head on a swivel, 90 degrees from the ground. Fucking keep looking out. All right.
Thank you, Father.
No problem, Victor. I wish you the better luck than you've had.
Wait, one question.
Yeah.
Are the podcasts ever coming back? I need them.
We just got a manager for our show. We're getting all our
Let's
ducks in a row right
go.
now. So we'll get it figured out. That and the Patreon one, we're going to get moving.
Thank the Lord. Okay.
All right.
Good
Bless
luck
your
to
heart. All right. Holy hell. All right, ladies and gentlemen. It's Friday. Want y'all to have a good weekend. It was a great stream today. I have my energy drink. We're all set. That's my new favorite flavor, chocolate vibe. But I will see you on Wednesday, and I'll probably see the Patreon people before that. Bless all your hearts.